Welcome to the second part of this week's vidcast, where I'll tell you about some of the awards dealing with multicultural literature and other resources that will help you in your collection development for your school or public library. Before we dive in, I want to make a vital point. It's important for us as teachers and as librarians to understand the cultural backgrounds of our students, to know their names and know where they're from. If we make this effort, we'll be more effective in selecting materials and stronger readers' advisors for our children. How do you know what is quality multicultural literature? There are some characteristics that you should look for: accuracy or authenticity of content, avoiding stereotypes that can sort of be related to illustrations as well. Some of you probably recall the older picture book, the classic Five Chinese Brothers, with the exaggerated slanted eyes of Asian characters. All of the brothers almost looked identical, which would probably not be considered politically correct in this day and time. We already talked about the author's perspective with the insider-outsider debate. Also consider the respect for cultures and the purpose. Another way to know that you're purchasing quality materials in the field of multiculturalism and adding thoughtful titles to your collection is by using the awards lists. It used to be the Coretta Scott King was the only multicultural award on the block. That's changed. The Coretta Scott King Award is given to African American authors and illustrators. It was started in 1969 at the American Library Association Conference in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It honors Coretta Scott King, wife of Dr. Martin Luther King, for her determination to help with his cause of world peace. This past year's award winner was March, Book 3, the final graphic novel of the March trilogy by Representative John Lewis and Andrew Aydin. The Pura Belpre Award is considered the Coretta Scott King Award for Latino literature. It was named after Pura Belpre, who was the first Latina librarian at the New York Public Library. It was established in 1996, and it's given to Latino writers who affirm and celebrate the Latino cultural experience. It is a co-sponsorship, the Association for Library Service to Children, and also a very active group called Reforma that promotes services to Latino and Spanish-speaking library patrons. This past year, the award was presented to Juana and Lucas, written and illustrated by Juana Medina. Note, this is not a young adult title. The Sidney Book Award memorializes Sidney Taylor, who wrote the All of a Kind family series. Its goal is to honor the Jewish experience, much like Coretta Scott King does African American experiences and Belpre Latino experiences. This award is sponsored at the Association of Jewish Libraries. The 2017 winner was Anna and the Swallow Man, and it sounds like an interesting book. You can see on the slide a brief description. I've heard good things about this one, so consider adding it to your summer reading list because I'm adding it to mine. The Balchadur Award recognizes a book published in a language other than the U.S. English and then translated. Cry Heart But Never Break, the 2017 winner, was translated from Danish. This award is not specifically for young adult titles, and the book here you see on the screen was actually geared more for children. Here are a few resources for you to explore. Some may be updated more often than others. Remember, you can always access the slides in Blackboard and click on those links. This is a selective list of websites that I hope will be helpful to you, whether you're a school or public librarian. Some of you may already be familiar with Donalyn Miller. She's an author and a blogger, but she's also a fifth grade classroom teacher who has done amazing things with her students in terms of instilling the joy of reading with them and allowing them to read what they want to read. She has been the keynote speaker at several conferences I've been to, including ALA. In one of the speeches that she shared, she discussed Will Rogers and how he says that you can't teach what you don't know. She stresses the importance of you being familiar with what your students want to read and what you think they should read based on their backgrounds. And then she says that librarians who do not read are choosing to be less effective.